Hello everyone, and welcome to the Imperial Holonet. I am JID123.
And I'm Leader Antilles.
And I'm Miracle.
He's getting sick. And let us begin with the news. Red, what do you have for us this week?
Well, let's I guess start off with yet another character in a TV show being made into the Guardian, because DC's like, we have a black character, we should make him a superhero. Let's just use the Guardian again.
Diversity.
It's like, if you want to do that, just freaking bring in Mal Duncan then.
Even though Diggle was supposed to be, people thought that Diggle was supposed to be Guardian, kind of.
Well, Diggle is Guardian, but now he's called like
Spartan.
Sentry or Spartan, yeah.
Guardian from Spartan. Yeah, oops, that's not right. That doesn't make sense.
Also, apparently in other news, Supergirl's ratings really peaked on CW.
Well, it was the highest CW premiere. Or wait, was it premiere or? It had 3 million viewers. And it's just really impressive especially because it hiked up a lot more. So yeah, the show seems like it's going to be doing pretty well on CW.
Let's just hope that they continue to have some decent writing and not fall into a Flash and Arrow category of horrific writing, but the action's still good.
Mm-hmm. And we also got an image of Jimmy Olsen as the Guardian, and he does not look great.
What is with the shafting of Jimmy Olsen these days? I swear.
Yeah, can't he just be Superman's pal?
I mean, seriously.
Like, I miss when Superman and Jimmy were just pals, and now we have to have female Jimmy Olsen who doesn't even get an exchange with Clark. Then we bring Jimmy Olsen in and shoot him in the fucking face. I will never let that go. Jimmy Olsen is like the representation of innocence in comics. Why the fuck would you do that?
Because innocence is a foreign concept to Snyder. He's saying innocence must die. You don't deserve innocence. This world does not deserve innocence anymore.
The sad part is that might be true.
True, but still.
Kidding, of course. Hopefully,
I'm not.
It's
the more
then we have what as Anthony would say, sexy Jimmy from Supergirl, and then now he's the Guardian, so now he's also sort of Mal Duncan. Like, what? Can we just get Jimmy Olsen? Also, can we just give him a bow tie and not a bullet hole?
Hire Matt Smith.
Oh.
Actually, Matt Smith would make good Jimmy Olsen.
Why would Matt Smith make a good red-headed, like, 17-year-old?
Well, he said give him a bow tie. Like,
yeah, but he has to be a kid. I vote for Scott Nicewander of NerdSync to be Jimmy.
Who now?
He's a YouTuber who's like in his late 20s, but I don't care. Have him play like 15-year-old Jimmy. It'd be amazing. Because he has a bow tie. Because he does tie-in videos where he wears a bow tie in the video. Get it? And he always has plaid. Yes, Tom Holland would have been a great Jimmy. I mean, why be Spider-Man when you could be Jimmy frickin' Olsen? You could be freaking Turtle Boy.
He's freaking Turtle Boy.
Honest to God, I would rather play Jimmy Olsen than Spider-Man. I'm not even kidding. Just because I think Jimmy Olsen, Jimmy Olsen's a character that I actually like more than like 90% of actual superheroes.
Huh.
Like, legitimately, in terms of comic book characters, he's like one of my favorites because he's awesome.
Nice. We should do a top 10 favorite comic characters. I won't be on it, but y'all two should.
I wouldn't have enough characters to.
Yeah,
but they'd all be baddies.
So, S.H.I.E.L.D. news, we're getting a S.H.I.E.L.D. Lego set of the bus.
I saw it and it looks awesome. Legos are awesome.
Cool.
That's cool.
I suppose. Car and stuff. That's.
Look at all these Legos.
They put in Lola.
Yep.
Look at all these Legos. Ooh, I totally want to get that car. The car looks awesome.
Ooh. I should reinvigorate my love for Legos.
I used to love Legos.
I did too. I used to build them all the time. I built that entire freaking Lego Death Star, the 2000 piece version.
Yeah, I would have got sick. I tried to do that. It wouldn't. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. I just randomly built stuff.
I spent a day and a half building that damn thing.
I still need to build the U-Wing. I've had it for about a week or two now.
You haven't built it yet?
No, it takes me a while to build. Because I binged through a Lego. So that.
I did too. I just figured you would have done it by now.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have anywhere really to put it. I guess I could put it behind some of my Rogue One figures, but they might not be able to. Oh, I could put it on top of the shelf. Never mind. Because I have a LAAT gunship on one shelf's top, so then I could do it potentially on the other one. But yeah, so Marvel Studios confirms that the Captain Marvel film is an origin story, which makes sense because you're kind of going to need to do that.
Yeah, she's how familiar. I wonder how familiar people are with her as a hero. Actually, I wonder how many people actually.
I only knew her from the Superhero Squad show, so that shows you what people probably know.
The hardest thing the weird thing about doing her origin is you're gonna have to do the original Captain Marvel. You're gonna have to do Captain Marvel. Because the entire point with her origin is that he gave her a blood transfusion to save her, and that's why she has superpowers, because he's a Kree.
Oh.
Maybe they will.
She was introduced as a supporting character, and then he did a blood transfusion, she got powers, and then she became Miss Marvel for decades and decades and decades. Then he died of cancer. Then somebody else another character took over as Captain Marvel. She, I think, left recently, and then Carol has taken over.
Nice. Well, I like the actress they got for her. I think Brie Larson has a good chance of making this role really work.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I mean, it's funny that for a while they were like, no more origin stories, and they're like, oh wait, that's kind of needed.
Well, isn't Doctor Strange kind of an origin story?
Yep. Like
They
said at first they weren't doing that, and then they were like, oh fuck, we kind of need to.
Yeah, you kind of need to for a character that people probably don't know what the world is with them.
What in the heck is going? What's all this Necto stuff going on here?
I'm probably the most excited for Doctor Strange out of all of us.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fun.
So, I'm sure it will be too. If nothing else, it'll probably just be mediocre.
I just have Marvel fatigue at this point.
I kind of have DC fatigue, but that's not really because of quantity of news. It's due to quality.
Yeah.
Sadly. Shows you what kind of world we live in, folks.
Yep. But speaking of DC,
and there's no going for
we gotta look at Amber Heard as Mira.
Who's that?
What's with the color? Are they still going with the whole grayed out kind of low?
Yep. She looks like, oh look, there's a little bit of like green on the costume. It's like, so you look at that costume.
Well, she fits with Aquaman.
So look, that's the freaking costume they chose for.
I don't even know who this character is.
That's Aquaman's wife.
Ooh.
This is I just posted in the chat that image of what Mira looks like in the comics.
Well, she's got the hair, but the color palette's all wrong.
Yeah, it's like, what is up with that? Like, she'd be a perfectly good casting choice. Just why do we have, especially because why make everything drab? Aquaman's supposed to be bright and colorful. I mean, it's under the sea and everything, and there's all these bright colors. You don't freaking have to be all.
And especially contrast.
Because it's not cool, man. We gotta be edgy. We gotta be cool and hip.
Well, my argument with that, Joel, is they clearly are trying.
I'm kidding, you know.
Well, my argument to that, anyway, is they're clearly not trying to make it edgy anymore with a line in the trailer like, "So I hear you can talk to fish." So with that kind of thing, you'd figure we'd be in for a more. I don't want to say brighter movie, but a more.
It's identity
actually enjoyable.
Yes. Exactly.
It's identity crisis. That's the kind of crisis DC's having right now.
Oh god! Don't even remind me of that comic.
No, I'm saying they're actually having an identity crisis, a literal one.
I know. I just don't like thinking about that comic. Period. Yeah. Other DC news. Apparently, KG Beast, just called Beast, is in the All-Star Batman comic right now, which means I might have to read it. I don't like Snyder, but I have to read it. But freaking Harold Allnut just got freaking added to the Bat family again. Except they retconned that he's always been there, which is really nice.
Hello, I've always been here. I've just been sitting in the other room.
Yep, he's the hunchback Mewtwo's Bruce's mechanic who lives in the Batcave.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Bruce had a mechanic.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I love 90s comics.
Is that what age is that?
He said 90s comics. He said 90s.
Sort of dark, sort of modern.
Just like Godzilla.
And then yeah. And then we got the 7th episode of Pokemon Generations, which is finally moving on to Gen 3. And we get a good look at Brandon, which we sadly didn't get for Ethan. And we have a really fucking terribly voice-acted Maxie and a really terribly voice-acted Courtney, who's all creepy and obsessed with Maxie, and it's just awkward. And random innuendos that I don't know if they maybe intended, but if they did, holy shit, what the hell is wrong with them? Let's just say, yeah, it's weird. Like,
it's funny what you can get away with.
There's a line at the end where I'm just like, if they actually intended that to be what it sounds like, that is the most effed up thing possible.
Oh, I'm looking for that Pokemon fan fiction that like takes this dark, weird look at the Pokemon universe and just like it's really twisted and like the Pokemon are really just slaves and everything.
So what PETA thinks Pokemon is.
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically,
or what M. Night Shyamalan said he could do to Pokemon if he ever got to direct it.
Oh God, why did you even bring that up,
he
Joel?
said he can make it symbolic of the Holocaust. What?
What?
Yeah. Wait, say that again?
He once said if he directed the Pokemon movie, he could make it symbolic of the Holocaust. I heard that from the Nostalgia Critic.
Oh my God.
And then they started joking about like a Schindler's List version of Pokemon, Pikachu's List. They're all holding.
Well, it's Sean.
I would have went with Shelder's List, but fine.
Squirtle's List. Squirtle's.
Shelders.
Shelders. I don't know.
It's M. Night Shyamalan. I don't have a lot of faith in the guy anymore.
It turns out that all the Pokemon were secretly Dittos the entire time. It's like, what a twist!
By the way, Red, how much would I have to pay you to do a commentary on The Last Airbender? You'd have to pay me quite a bit.
I've already seen it on TV, so it's free.
Okay, if you did, the thing is, you're the Avatar fan. I'm the AOT fan. So I guess the deal would be we'd have to do the commentary for the other one.
And then we both have to watch
like the god awful Attack on Titan live action film.
And then we could both watch. God. But hey, then we could both watch Shin Godzilla. Godzilla looks like a Titan in that film.
Yeah, but
well, that's because
no, we're not doing. At least they didn't make it so that Avatar. At least in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Shyamalan film, at least they didn't give them fucking rocket launchers and remote controls and like iPhones. Because the Attack on Titan film has fucking iPhones.
That's hilarious.
It's atrocious. It's apparently just the worst thing ever. And, like, it's in, like, the sort of modern day. Like, it was normal 2016, even though the show's supposed to take place 2,000 years in the future.
Oh, we were totally watching that.
I know. They're still making the other one. We need to watch it and then just
Are
rip
they
it
making
apart.
an American live-action film?
Probably not. Which is the funniest thing, is the fact that everyone in that film is Asian, which is just kind of hilarious when you get down to the fact that in the show, it's a plot point that Mikasa is the last person from Asia who's still alive, or the last descendant, even though she's half Asian.
I saw a Black Butler live action thing where the actors were Asian, even though they're technically supposed to be British. It's
but dude, like the entire point with Attack on Titan is that literally all of Asia has been wiped out, all of Africa has been wiped out. There is just like a few thousand people left.
All white.
And then everyone's Asian, even though it's a plot point. And yet Mikasa's Asian too. What you should have done is, if everyone's going to be Asian, have Mikasa be like Western.
White.
Like, flip it. It's just weird. And again, there's fucking rocket launchers. And Aaron's parents were killed when he was like 3, and then Mikasa's the one who gets killed when the wall Mario falls.
You just wait. You just wait for the Pokemon live action film, and the Ash had like a cell phone or a flip or whatever.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we do actually have communicators in the Pokemon universe and iPhones and stuff.
No,
it works for Pokemon.
Yeah, but you got like earbuds and stuff.
Red, I got your worst
And he's an
nightmare come
American
to
boy.
life.
We have Poketouch. Pokemon came up with Google Glass before, not Google Glass, Google Watch, but it works 10 times better than the Google Watch.
Red, I got your worst nightmare come to life.
What?
The entire Pokemon movie.
We are
is
not
like,
doing the Detective Pikachu movie.
No, not even that. It's Ash as a bratty teenager, and his peak in the world is playing Pokemon Go, and that's the movie.
Oh, God. What sucks is I have so many cool things you could do with the Pokemon live action, or not a live action movie. I think Pokemon would suck in live action. Look, we already got essentially the perfect Pokemon movie. All you need to do is just take Pokemon Origins and make it into a full scale film. Honest to God, you can edit that to make it into a film, and it would be fantastic. Because I recommend Pokemon Origins, even if you're not a Pokemon fan. I think it's up on the Pokemon website or something.
I want the
Pokemon
PETA
Origins.
version.
It's
of Pokemon.
legitimately good.
I want the PETA version of Pokemon. That's what I want. I want to see a twisted version of all the weird things you could think about Pokemon.
The only
Seriously though, the Last Airbender film is good in comparison to Attack on Titan's live action film.
That's fair. Yeah, you got a point.
You are so lucky that's all they did to your franchise.
It's better than Godzilla 1998.
Well, no, I've been fucked over pretty hard with Dragon Ball Evolution. We won't go there, but
yeah, I guess.
The only good anime movie that has come out in the last few years are the Rurouni Kenshin movies, and
maybe we just shouldn't do freaking live action versions of animated stuff. I mean, remember the Yogi Bear movie?
Oh yeah, I remember those. That was
atrocious.
I didn't see it.
It was crap.
Yeah, at least the Avatar movie kind of looks like Avatar, even though for some reason the guy from the Daily Show.
Yeah,
is
you
General
see, it's
Iroh.
not modern day. It's not a fucking post-apocalyptic version of modern day like Japan, unlike the Attack on Titan film. Again, what the hell?
Even though the guy from the Daily Show is General Iroh instead of Lucius Malfoy, who could have easily played a live-action General Iroh. He even wanted to. Just saying. You're just waiting for General Iroh.
Messed up all the cultures.
You're just waiting for General Iroh to go, coming into you live, John.
Well, the funny thing about The Last Airbender is the actor who played Zuko and Iroh are the only two good parts of that movie.
That's true.
Yeah, except Zuko's scar is like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Worst
also,
scar ever.
The sets they used were pretty good too. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Well, we're depressed
Never
now.
make something live action. Never make something animated into live action.
Unless it's Rurouni Kenshin, because the scale for that was actually made sense to be made into live action.
I'm still waiting for that Godzilla anime, which is actually coming out next year.
Nice. So shall I move on?
Yeah, so I guess I'll just say something really quickly. It's not necessarily news, but I just found out that apparently, what's his face from Rogue One?
Gareth Edwards?
No, what's that?
Yeah.
Moraph.
Yeah.
Moraph species is actually from the EU.
I have...
Huh.
Gigorans. They never showed up in an actual story, but, well, they appeared in a Star Wars adventure journal, It's a Gambler's Life, and that is it. And there's one image of them, or there's two images of them from the EU from a source book, and that's how obscure they got with Rogue One.
That's awesome.
They
look like Bigfoot. White.
Yeah, they look like I mean, which version does that look like?
The Yeti. They look like
kind of like
the abominable snowman
right,
from Matterhorn. That's what it looked like. In fact, no, that's what the one
and kind of a little bit of like the Asian Sasquatch is equivalent as well. And the one they see around in Vancouver.
Yeah, have you ever seen that? Heard about that comic where Han and
the Star Wars Tales thing where they crash.
Yeah, this is from the Matterhorn. I sent it in the chat.
But yeah, so we have more details on Finn's recovery. There's a bacta suit that helps him heal, and then he goes on a mission. That's all we know.
Do you think it'll be like a joke? Like, I think they'll treat it like a joke. Like, we kind of all know that Finn's gonna be fine, so let's heal you up and get you out, and get you on the way.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Like, yeah, we all know you're gonna be fine. Okay, let's get you in the suit. Okay, off you go. Back to work.
I doubt much time will be spent on it. Hopefully there will. I'll be proven wrong, but
Back to work, people.
So, in other news, we have a Dr. Aphron going. You can hear our more thoughts on this in our review of the Vader comic with Sid Part 2 and Deadpool Zilla.
Yep, only on Geek Gentleman, where they embrace the tangent.
Yeah, go check that out. There will be a link in the description.
I will make sure to put one in there, hopefully. I think I do that often.
And Gareth Edwards confirms that Rebel jerk guy is not Callus, which some people for some reason thought it was.
I didn't know that.
Actually, Draven.
Draven.
General Draven. So, yeah. I didn't think it was Callus. I never knew people thought it was Callus. People are weird.
I didn't know people thought it was Callus, and I would have thought I would know. I didn't. Where's the mutton chops? Maybe he shaved them off. That's to show he's good now. I shave off my mutton chops of evil.
But yeah, so on to the main event.
Dun 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 dun.
Rogue One's final trailer.
Wasn't this its third trailer?
Yeah, it's the final one.
Yeah, because I've kept seeing people say everywhere that it was the second trailer.
It's the official full trailer. The first one we got was the teaser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the second official one, because then there was also that one at Anaheim.
Yeah,
that's right.
That we never saw.
Always forget.
I gotta say, this actually, out of all the trailers that I've seen, this one is the one that I've liked probably the most.
Same here. I actually really like this one the most as well. I think it's because it had the most story in it.
Yeah.
I actually kind of know what I'm getting into. I love. So shall we just do this shot by shot? Wait, Red, you want to do your overall thoughts before?
Well, everyone knows what I think about anything Rogue One related, so we'll move forward. We open up on a beautiful shot of like the rings of a planet in the sky, and an Imperial shuttle, what looks like Krennic's shuttle. That potentially could be one of the shuttles from Clone Wars. I don't know if we get because it's it's Krennic's shuttle, but like I'm starting to wonder if that thing was maybe if we're gonna find out that was actually like in service of the Republic at the time, because this seems like it's like very early, like first year of the Empire. Because I'm starting to wonder if the Death Troopers might actually be clones, because they're all 6 foot, or no, they're all taller than 6 foot. Which makes me think they might be elite clones. Like, they were specifically bred to be taller.
Do you think that Krennic's had them since the Republic Day? Like,
probably. Because I think this is, like, the first year of the Empire. And clearly they were still using clones till, like, pretty late.
Oh, here's my question. Okay, so I'm going to give spoilers to Catalyst people. That's the book coming out next month, if you are interested.
Yeah, so...
We know that Galen and...
Well, hold on. Okay. So, what, mute for, like, 50 seconds?
Yeah, I'm going to go on a whole spiel.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you can't talk about the trailer without giving away some stuff that I know. That's the point of being a spoiler cast. We know
I shall mute.
Well, Cole, you don't have to. I don't think... Oh.
No, I thought Red said for us. I thought Red told us to mute.
I was talking to the people.
The audience.
People.
You mute, yeah.
Well, we're going over the trailer, so maybe they don't want to watch the trailer, so... We're gonna...
yeah, spoilers. If you do not want spoilers, do not watch them.
Yeah, spoilers for Catalyst. There's that takes place, like, early in the Republic. It's just from the dust jacket. We know it takes place early in the Republic. Or, not early in the Republic, sorry. Late in the Clone Wars.
Right.
Early in the Empire. So, this seems like it's taking place later, though this might be the final scene of Catalyst, for all we know.
It might be, because we know that Galen and Krennic are buddies beforehand. I'm kind of curious, like, how close are these two guys? Or, like, was Krennic there at his wedding? Was he, like, the best man?
Oh, they were probably, like, frat buddies, and, like, we're gonna see, like, their adventures.
No. Like, what I want to see is, like, you know, he's, like...
they're gonna do, like, a trailer for that's gonna be, like... Do you know the Knights of the Fallen Empire trailer? With, like, the two brothers training, and it's, like, really sad? That's what it's gonna be.
No. What I want to see is, like, Krennic with, like, a family friend. He's, like, he comes over for Tuesday dinners. Like, oh, here's for Jim. Like, oh, look, it's Uncle Krennic and his Stormtrooper commandos with him.
That's where she gets the Stormtrooper doll from.
Probably, maybe. Oh, that'd be actually kind of cool. Like
That would actually really work.
like
Because I kind of like the idea of like, I almost like the idea, and I really hope this is something we see more in Catalyst, of a lot of the people within the Republic almost being on the verge of like insanity, and like joining, like the Empire popping up makes them like let that out.
probably. Like I
Like
like.
it almost like lets them lose all inhibitions, and that's what you see with somebody like Krennic.
Well, I like how we might get that because I like the way the two look at each other when we first see them, first meet, and the way Krennic's face look, it has that look of, "Hello, old friend," kind of that
And
look.
just this shot of like the Death Troopers just walking. Oh man, it looks so good. And again, they all look pretty uniform in height, so I'm thinking they might be clones.
Boy, they got 6 guys who are really close. I think they had to do measurements, or some of them can be high heeled.
And then we see Galen talking to Jen, and we see them in a field. And this is very early because this is his rank's pretty low. Because Joel, you're the official Imperial person. What is that rank?
Let me see. That is like
It's all red across
that looks like a
with
commander.
one blue at the end.
There's a one blue. Ooh, that has to be like no. There's no blue. Oh, you're right. I think that's higher. Let me look up rank insignia Galactic Empire. That's high, but not super high. Although they changed. There we go. It's a lieutenant general if you're part of the army. If you're in the navy, it's vice admiral. Is it all one blue, 5 reds, or 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 5 reds. That's the first version of it. That's version 1.
I'm looking at the Imperial rank guide, and
Well, I just thought I found it on Wikipedia. So this is your rank guide right here. Yep, he is vice admiral.
Brigadier. If there's 2 blues, which I can't fully make out, there might be. Then he would be a brigadier.
No, that's
Vice admiral. Vice admiral is 6 blue, 6 red.
no, that's version 2.
Then again, you know what this might be? Is it's Republic ranks potentially?
No. You're looking at the first version. There are 2 versions of the ranks. Here, click the link. Click.
This.
Yes. See, version 1, version 2. This is like the one they use for A New Hope. Version 2 is like Empire Beyond, except for Jedi. Why? Where everybody's the captain.
Yes, that. Oh, you're right. So that's lieutenant commander, or so that's lieutenant or major. I'm guessing it's major then.
Lieutenant general or vice admiral. I don't know if he's Navy.
No, it's lieutenant commander or major. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing. That would make more sense. I mean, to be fair, we don't know if the ranks are necessarily. Yeah, you're right. Vice admiral, lieutenant general. Though it's flipped weirdly. Again, I really want to ask, what are they going for the ranking system in this movie?
Where is Tarkin? Where's Tarkin in the ranks here? That's why I can't.
Actually, you're right. It would be really good to have Tarkin. That's why we need a shot of actual Tarkin so we can use that as reference. Because I don't know what they're following. But then again, this is early in the days of the Empire.
I like for a minute I thought they were going to Tatooine only because of the whole generators.
I thought this was Dantooine when we first saw it. It could be potentially.
Oh. That'd be cool.
You know what we might see? Maybe we'll see the base on Dantooine that they're talking about.
Is Dantooine still canon?
Yeah.
Yes,
it's in A New Hope.
dude, it's mentioned in episode 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Dantooine.
Also,
it's on Dantooine.
Also, I'm calling
Which you can do in KOTOR, where you can say it's on Alderaan.
That's hilarious.
Also, this is probably going to be the first scene in the movie. I'm calling it right now.
Yes, I'm calling it. This is totally the first scene.
And Jen's mom's going to die, right? She's clearly going to get offed.
If she's still alive.
That's true.
She could die in a different thing, because this could just be the 2 of them have run off.
Because they already have flashbacks in this film. They've mentioned that.
Yes.
And here's the flashback, because Jin's waking up.
Yep, and so Jin here, importantly, is not in the same prison we see her in later.
Oh, really?
This is a different prison, because the bars look different. There's she's in a different costume. She's in a different outfit as well. She's in a jumpsuit here.
Oh, you're right. I bet you Cad Bane's
so we might see several scenes of her just like roaming getting imprisoned by the Empire over and over again.
I had a theory. You know how we're not seeing Saw Gerrera being bald anymore, but he said he's going to be bald?
Yeah, you think we're gonna see him like the two of them work together?
I think Bald Saw Gerrera is in the past. I think that's a flashback.
Yeah, I mean,
And then Harry Saw Gerrera, Harry Saw Gerrera is in the future.
Star Wars Underworld had a good idea of maybe like when they're going to meet Saw, she has a flashback of the last time she saw him, and that's where you get the like she leaves and he's like, "What will they do? What will you do if they catch you? What will you? What will you become?"
No, what will they do if you
And
break
then,
you? What will you
if
become?
you break you. And like so there's like he's all fiery, and then she sees him again later, and he like walks up with the broken leg, with like the missing leg, and like he's a completely different man now. I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do. Is they're gonna show a contrast of the fiery person who she knew and like looked up to, and now he's broken because of all the years of fighting.
Right. Although he might, hopefully by the end, kind of come back to it. Well, if that trailer.
Well, he is. It's just that he's become. He was fiery. Now he's lost so much.
Right.
Like he's kind of like he and his men are just even more brutal, probably.
Or just,
Like before, like a fiery like person who was a little bit dark. I'm guessing now his men are just slaughtering civilians as well. Potentially, like they're just doing the partisans are going way too far.
perhaps. I think he looked more like a guy who just gave up. Like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, probably. Well, yeah, because that's what they're doing. They gave up on morality and they're just like, fuck it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just do whatever you can to take the Empire down. Doesn't matter who's in the way.
Right.
But yeah, I like how the bars are the Imperial like pill cylinder things.
Oh, let me check. Oh, you're right. That is cool. Oink.
Also, Stormtrooper. So yeah, this is a different prison because Jin's in a jumpsuit.
Okay.
And
Boy, these trailers are good. And it looks, and there are no bars. It's on more like a ship.
yeah, I'm guessing this might be a prison ship that she's being brought. Maybe she's being brought to Jeddah for work labor.
Probably.
That could make sense. Also, can't make out the species that's next to her. Though apparently there's a species, I forget which race it is, in the new continuity we've seen the males of, and we know the females are different looking, but we haven't seen them yet. Potentially that's what this is. Because this is probably not a co-ed prison. I don't think the Empire's that effed up. So it might be a female of that other species.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But yeah. So moving on to the next shot, Lucasfilm. And then we have one of the Death Star droids. And like a bunch of banners and stuff. We see Jeddah with TIE fighters flying over,
That's
and
a cool
I
shot.
really wish this city was just ISIS. I don't know why. Oh, and there's some Arabash written. And you get to see the bottom of the Star Destroyer. And then, so here's the shot of that door exploding. Let's slow down right here on 34. Oh, wait. There is that thing that alien we saw sleeping next to Jin. It's still there. If you pause it at 34, right as the door's exploding, you actually still see that alien with the tentacles.
Oh, you're right. It's that guy. Or gal.
So maybe they're all being shipped together, because I don't think this is the same. This is definitely not the same person, because it's not spacious. But yeah, also, I like the fact that this door looks awfully similar to the doors that we saw in A New Hope.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
At least somewhat. But yeah, thoughts on like this location, anything to add? I mean, well, it's not the same. Is it the same door? Actually, yeah, it kind of looks like a very similar kind of door. Like it's just probably standard industrial thing for the doors there.
How? Well, the Empire likes to keep things streamlined.
Well, who knows if this is necessarily built by the Empire? It could just be like us, because not every single planet the Empire uses is going to have the exact same Imperial technology. They might just use local stuff.
That's a fair point. And then we get to Jedi statue.
Well, no, we see some stormtroopers flying, and then the rebels walk in and go up to Jin, and what is?
That's not Cathian. That's not Cathian.
Yeah, I know.
Some other.
Which I do like the fact that there seems to be like they're breaking her out of there. Hold on. And is that one red and one blue on his chest?
I can't see.
Yes,
yes,
it is. It's one red, one blue.
Looks more green.
Okay,
But
that is blue.
Looks more green.
Yeah, I think it's blue.
It's
If you look
blue,
at it from a distance, it looks kind of blue.
it looks more green to me, but still,
That's probably because of the contrast of the suit he's wearing.
that's true.
Or is it just an empty patch.
I think it's no. I think it's blue.
That is very
Nah.
greenish blue.
Okay.
Green.
Yeah. So weirdly, the rebels don't have like a mixed thing. As far as I can tell, because they have pips. They don't have bars. Which makes that really weird. Why would it look like that? Though, hold on. Keep talking about them. I'm trying to find something.
Well, we got Jin getting released, even though for some reason when she goes back to Yavin, she's just going to be in handcuffs again. Kind of weird.
Well,
Could this take place at a different point?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is potentially.
Well, we don't know how many of these can be flashbacks for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Single pip is lieutenant, but this is 2, so that's captain.
Capitan. But we know.
Oh, here's the. Oh, okay. The rebels on Hoth. It seems like. Hold on. That keeps changing. It seems like common rebel troopers had, on Hoth at least, 1 blue, 1 red. So a standard infantryman on Hoth. It could have changed, but my guess is that this guy is just a standard infantry person or lieutenant. Which also, I love seeing this uniform.
Oh,
Is he a rebel? What's that thing on his shoulder?
But let's take a look. That looks just like a backpack. Oh wait, I see little symbols.
The patch on the patch.
It looks like little squares, and they have a line, and they have a square within a square. I have no idea what that is.
Okay. But yeah, so you do see the pill things on the top of the room. Is he a they say they're rebels, right?
Yeah, they're rebels.
I mean, does he say he's a rebel?
I don't think he's a rebel, but I don't think he said he's a rebel. But I think we can induce that he is a rebel. That's a very rebellish.
I'm just wondering if this is like they're capturing her or whatever, because they they unlock. Oh wait, no, did they unlock? People have been saying that they unlocked her handcuffs, but they actually, I think they just turned them on.
Red to green.
I don't know, because it was like red to green. But yeah, she's wearing a jacket here, which makes me think this is a different situation.
Interesting.
Like potentially, because again,
I'm still trying to figure out how the sequence of events of this story play out. So far, I've only gotten the beginning. Like I got the beginning.
We thought we had it all set up, and then freaking this starts happening. I'm gonna slow it down and see what happens to the handcuffs when
the little light goes from red to green.
Well, no. I mean the handcuffs themselves. They don't change that. Like, there's no physical I can't see a lock or anything.
Yeah. I don't know.
My assumption is that they're unlocking it. For her. Though potentially, because she's on Jeddah there, it seems.
Right.
So maybe maybe we open with her on a transport ship. They bring her to the planet, and then the rebels get her and then go to Saw?
That seems a bit off. I always thought Cassian and him were just kind of alone when they went to get Saw. It seemed very low key kind of mission.
Well, yeah, I mean there was only one U-wing.
That too.
As we've seen established in shot. I mean, because who's all there though? Because Shurin and everyone are there on Jeddah. But what would they do though? Would they break Jin out of Jeddah, go somewhere else, then come back?
That's a good question. Unless something goes horribly wrong, and all of them except Cassian dies. Did we know this?
I mean, maybe they. Can we confirm that they were on Jeddah when they broke her out?
No, we can't. We can only confirm she was in a prison cell and heading off somewhere.
Well, it seems like she already was landed somewhere because it seems like they were in a stationary thing.
Well, do we know that prison was on Jeddah?
Uh,
Can you confirm that?
I'm trying to see like right before that explosion happens. The explosion seems like it might actually be happening on a ship. Yeah, I think it actually is on a ship. So maybe they're actually on a station and they explode the door and get her out of there, and then she tells them to go to Jeddah. Or well, probably what happens is then they take her off this ship. Like she's in a prison, they load her on a ship, they take that ship somewhere,
I think it's
they break her
Yavin. It
out,
has to be Yavin.
and then they bring her to Yavin. Then they team up with everyone because we see that scene of her and Cassian walking with their bags.
Wait.
And then
It is pretty obvious now that I think about it that her and Cassian first meet on Yavin.
yes, as well as the fact that again we see a shot of them walking with bags and stuff like that, which we see later when they're hiking.
Right.
Like we see them getting onto a U-wing. So yeah, this is them getting her out of the Imperial prison. Then we see a shot of them with the giant Jedi statue, precursor to Jedi potentially, Force user statue. And then her in a U-wing. Then we get a shot of Yavin again, and her and Cassian walking with bags, and some rebels. Some pilots just walking in the background, which is nice. And then we have Cassian and Mothma asking about when was the last time she talked to her father. And then we have what seems to be Yadu, and
Galen in his science uniform, his Starfleet uniform. I'm sorry, everybody's been making that joke.
Yep, and then Krennic with his hat, and
He now has two
everything.
badges.
Yep, shot of the Death Star in the clouds, which looks amazing. And then what looks to be Jin before they maybe go on like a big mission. Like I'm guessing this is after they find out about the Death Star.
Probably.
And then we have like what's his name?
Vader?
Bodhi.
Oh,
Bodhi.
Sorry, man.
Dude, you're like skipping way ahead.
So sorry.
Like we have Bodhi like looking like
He said the name. He said the name. He said it.
Dude, we're not even there yet.
Oh, sorry.
We have Bodhi like looking at what's his face, Baze or something. Then Chirrut laughing.
I like that
U-wing
scene. I
taking
like how Chirrut is just smiling. Something about it is so cool.
Yeah, and then we have them in what I think is either a U-wing or stolen Imperial thing, and them talking and Bodhi like, oh, they're K2SO is like, oh, they're requesting a call sign, and Bodhi's like, Rogue One.
He says the title name. It's the Family Guy joke.
I find it so. I guess they are going with the Rogue One is their call sign thing, and I'm guessing maybe that's why they call them Rogue Group later. Is like
that's a weird.
Well, what's weird is the X-wings who assist all get destroyed, right? Blue Squadron gets fucking decimated because we don't see Blue Squadron in the later movies. Plus, they get taken down. Plus, one of them crashes into a freaking spike we see later.
Oh, I saw that.
I mean, say what you will about the Red Squadron, but none of them would have done that. Because the way I take it, why would they send Blue Squadron out to deal with Scarif?
Well, they're also an isn't there also an area? I can't pronounce Erdu.
Yadu, and that's also Blue Squadron. Why do they keep sending Blue Squadron?
I don't know. Maybe they were out of colors. They were out of colors that day.
I mean, why would they send Blue Squadron instead of Red?
Maybe they're keeping Red in reserve.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Especially because Blue Squadron is sent to Yadu to do an escort mission because they're escorting Y-wings, as we see later in the trailer. And I guess with the whole battle over what looks to be a skyhook, the orbital platform, as they said, over Scarif. I guess because it's a suicide mission, and the entire point with the Rogues or with the Reds is that was kind of that part of the rebellion trying to build like an elite squadron.
You don't send your elite.
That's why they recruited people. I mean, think about the fact that most of Red Squadron is Imperial defectors.
You don't send your elite.
For one, who's now another Imperial defector.
It's just, who cares who they send? It's just a movie.
But what?
Overthink. Don't overthink too much.
You overthink way more than me when it comes to the Imperial stuff. The thing here is, I'm trying to think. Like, I guess maybe the point is that Blue Squadron is more ground to air because again we keep seeing them in atmosphere or attacking like a planetary defense platform. Like maybe they're supposed to be kind of like the ground pilots, while Rogue Squadron or Red Squadron is designed to be, snub fighter on snub fighter. I mean, that's why because don't forget, that's why they sent the Red Squadron in the first place, because even though Luke was the one who fired the shot to destroy the Death Star, that was not his job.
Or was he?
But that was not the job of the Red Squadron, because remember, it was the Y-Wing's job. They weren't escorting. The job of Red Squadron was to engage the TIE fighters and distract them, and was to whittle away, which makes more sense as to why you'd say, because here they're supposed to be escorting Y-Wings and taking down, because we see in the previous trailers them shooting at the ground, and we see some of them attacking turrets.
Actually, this is the first time we see Y-Wings, right?
I mean Blue Squadron. I'm talking about Blue Squadron.
Oh, right. I didn't know.
And so it seems like Blue Squadron is specifically, again, ground to air, or air to ground. While Rogue Squadron, again, they come off more like, again, they're snub fighter pilots. Because think about the fact that Red Squadron is made up of people who are TIE fighter pilots, or now are TIE fighter pilots in the case of Wedge. But everyone on that squadron was at some point, a TIE fighter pilot, or
well, you don't send out your best or a suicide mission. You don't.
And you don't send out your freaking your people who are supposed to fight snub fighters to shoot at the freaking troopers at the ground. Because I guess you would have more specialized training. Because again, the people, somebody like Jack, who was trained as a TIE fighter pilot, he's probably not going to be somebody who you're going to use to do, again, on ground missions, because he's used to flying in zero-G. Because those are two different environments. You're going to train somebody to, it's not the same thing. There's very different roles to flying in different locations. So I guess you have your pilots who you want to use in the atmosphere, and you have your pilots you want to use in deep space.
Although we are seeing some deep space stuff, which looks nice.
Yeah, but it looks like it's in the atmosphere, because it seems to be a skyhook, which is atmospheric. But yeah, so we see that shot of them taking off hyperspace, the shot of Vader on the floor, or Vader. Oh, I just realized we see Vader's feet, and then
that's Vader's feet.
Krennic doing hand things.
Oh, you're right. I love that hand. I love the hand, the evil hand. I love that hand. He's got a power glove. He got a power glove. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
But I love the way he just says the power which we are dealing with here is immeasurable. You know what Vader's retort's gonna be, right? You just know what Vader's gonna say.
The ability to destroy planets is insignificant next to that of the Force.
Oh, I can't.
Do not be proud of this technological tower you have constructed.
I can't wait for these two to go at it. Krennic is gonna be like, me. I'm Krennic. I'm awesome. I'm invincible. I got a cool white cape. And Vader just stares.
I love the idea somebody had of, because wasn't Krennic,
Krennic's been working on this thing for years.
Well, hold on. Was this actor in Rises?
You mean Mendo?
Yeah.
To the Wikipedia. Or IMDb. Ben Mendelsohn. Well, here's the interesting thing about Krennic. He's been working on the Death Star for years. Yes, he was. He was John Daggett.
Yes, okay, I'm completely right. So, I would love it if we do the thing we did with Bane, where he's like, I have power over, and then Vader just puts his hand on his shoulder and says exactly what he says to Daggett. He just rests his hand on his shoulder and says, do you feel in charge? Because remember that scene in Rises when he's just like, I own you, and he's just like, you think because you pay me that gives you power over me?
To be fair,
how in charge do you feel? And then when he just grabs his neck and he snaps it.
Ooh.
Oh, it'd be so cool if he's talking about Vader, and then Vader's just like, speak of the devil and he shall appear. Seriously, our commentary for this will totally, because I just realized, he is totally gonna just play Daggett. He needs to just be Daggett, and then like
No, but then you
oh my god, they're gonna have the boardroom scene, and then Vader's gonna walk in, and he's gonna be like, I believe we have a non-board member here. Like, do I need to remind anyone that Wayne's family, or like Mr. Vader, drove the Empire into the ground? And then, like, one of the people who's been there since the first movie is gonna be like, "Hey, shut up!" Like Tarkin's just gonna be like, "Shut your mouth."
No, Tarkin wouldn't say. Tarkin would be all cool and collective because this guy's totally a poser.
But yeah, it's like now that's the problem. I keep forgetting that he was in Rises.
I've only seen Rises.
You just opened the floodgate, dude. You just opened the freaking floodgate.
I've only seen Rises once in my life, so I don't remember.
You gave me an excuse to make Rises jokes. It will never end.
Hooray! But I can't.
You do not give me any leverage there.
But I can't wait to see Krennic. This guy can be so much fun to watch. You just know it, right?
Yeah, and again, our commentary. Seriously, this is why we need Connor for our commentary for this movie.
Oh, we're getting Connor.
It's just gonna be Daggett jokes.
What interests me, though, is how long Krennic's been working on this thing. Because Catalyst, again, going back to Catalyst, says he's been working on it for years.
Yeah, and then we have a guy who may be Tarkin, but doesn't have the right hair.
Maybe. I can't tell.
He doesn't have the hair for it. I kind of like the idea of everyone, like, looks and, like, we're like, oh, wait, it's not Tarkin. And then behind him is Tarkin.
Maybe.
This guy's not Tarkin. Tarkin's behind him. And then we have the Death Star gunners, who I always love, because they're weird hats.
I love those hats.
Then we see a bunch of rebels sitting around a table.
Rebel senators, too?
We have an X-Wing pilot.
Wait.
Again... So this is what's funny. We have Blue Squadron, but there is a Red Squadron. There's 2 Red Squadron troopers right there. One in the back. Actually, there's 3 in this shot. And we saw them walking by earlier, which is why I pretty strongly think, especially since the guy who played Red Leader passed away, I'm pretty certain what we might end up getting in this movie is actually, like, the Blue Squadron, like, is the squadron we're focusing on with the Red Squadrons there throughout the film on Yavin.
Maybe.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a scene where Blue Squadron goes out and the Reds are, like, right behind them. Or, like, are just standing there. Like, it'd actually be pretty cool if we get a cameo by, like, Wedge or somebody. And it's just kind of like, okay, we'll send Blue Squadron out. They're like, whoa, why aren't we going? And it's just kind of like, well, it'd be really cool if maybe that's where we get the setup for why Wedge would refer to his squadron as the Rogue Squadron.
Because they went rogue and they went up.
Because like the rogues lead, like they take off, or maybe like he's like, well, I want to help, I want to go after them, because again, that's kind of Wedge's entire character. I never will buy Wedge letting his fellow troopers go and do a suicide mission. Like, he's the kind of person who's like, if somebody's gonna die, I might as well give my life to make sure at least one of them might survive in my place. That's his entire philosophy. I kind of like it if maybe we set up why, because this movie is called Rogue because there was the Rogue Squadron episode 5. Like, let's face it, that's what it's a reference to. And I kind of hope there has to be some acknowledgement of that, right?
I don't know. I just thought they did because it's a cool name. Money.
Yeah, but it's a thing that a lot of people do recognize from Star Wars. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get a scene where we have, like, Wedge or some other Rogue Squadron or, like, Red Squadron characters, like, say, some, like, admiring the Rogues, or, like, making a joke about that, or maybe being like, good luck out there or something, like, kind of like setting up them, like, in the memory of the Rogue of Rogue One taking that name later.
The Rogue One. The Rogue One.
In fact, it would make a lot of sense for Wedge to be the one to do that, since we have an implication in Life Debt that he called Phoenix Squadron because he was part of the because he saw the original Phoenix Squadron get its ass handed to it.
Yeah. The Phoenix Squadron. Now
and he's like, I'll make the good Phoenix Squadron.
Ooh, I didn't even knew that. That's a good connection. Speaking of which...
Because in Life Debt he has the Phoenix Squadron.
Speaking of
which
Phoenix...
might be a reference to the whole...
Oh,
sorry, it's Phantom Squadron, which might be a reference to the Phantom. Sorry. That's what it was.
Speaking of Phoenix Squadron, where is the Phoenix Squadron? Hey, where's Zeb? Where's Zeb in these shots? Where's
Yeah,
Hera?
I know. We keep saying this. We want to see Zeb in live action.
Where's Hera?
So cool.
Where's Hera?
I mean, we do need more Twi'leks in the Star Wars films these days.
Where's Ezra making a quip in the middle of that serious scene?
As much as I hate Chopper, I kind of think it'd be the easiest to do Chopper.
It's the serious scene. You go to Chopper and going. I don't know. He's giving a speech in droid.
Or like, like while they're doing this, you just hear crunching and like rustling, and they look over, and then freaking Porkins is just sitting there like eating chips, and he's just like, "What?"
What?
They're just like staring at him. And like knowing how kind of like almost like sport, like because the squadrons in the Star Wars universe are kind of like sports teams, like they're kind of like the jocks in some ways. Like I would love it if everyone's like, "What? Like, don't mess with Jack. Get off his back." Like they're all just kind of like teaming up. Because again, that kind of like group mentality that you get with the squadron people is why I would probably assume that you would include. Because again, we see Red Squadron guys right here. There's 3 of them in this shot. Because there's a Blue Squadron guy as well, which makes me think that we're gonna have Blue Leader be the character. Who are we gonna focus on in the X-wing scenes?
That guy who was given like the woohoo. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's gonna be like Blue Leader. He'll probably have a scene or two.
Wasn't there a guy with a mustache we saw in the behind-the-scenes trailer?
Yes, that's the guy who says woohoo.
Oh, probably him then, because we saw him twice, and he had the mustache.
Yep.
Don't underestimate the power of the stash. Also, I guess we can continue with our next shot here. We see an ATST, and it is walking actually smoothly, and yet looks very realistic without CGI. And
Yeah, it's raining down terror.
I know, it's killing people, not getting shot at by Ewoks.
Maybe they'll make it go up in people's books.
Or Chewie going doing the Tarzan roar. I love this shot. I love this little shot right here. The
I'm
ATST.
actually did the Tarzan roar.
I love this shot of the ATST just shooting down people with stormtroopers in the back. I'm curious if these are like Jedha rebels or any of Saw's people. I'm putting my money at Saw.
What part are you at? What timestamp?
127.
Okay.
Oh, but yeah. So
We're talking about the.
Did you guys spot all the senators?
Oh yeah, we didn't see Bale.
I'm thinking Bale's the guy who's next to Dodonna and next to Blue Squadron and Red Squadron guy. But seriously, I would love it if we get a reference to Red Leader in this movie.
There's Bale. I see him.
That would just make the movie for me. Just because, again, that actor passed away, so it would be a really sweet thing to do.
Maybe.
You think they do that?
Probably. I don't know.
Well,
how would you?
Isn't post-production for this movie finished?
Yeah.
Did he die before post-production?
No, he passed away like months ago. He passed away, I think, when the reshoots were right before the reshoots.
Oh, well, I would do it like maybe.
Maybe they insert his voice somewhere because I don't know. I really like the idea of doing that.
Aren't they going to insert Tarkin's voice somewhere?
Yep. I'd be so cool if. This is why I wish like the Rogue Squadron mattered more because I would have loved to have like. Some of those references. I mean, what's going to be really interesting about this is it's going to add further weight to the what the fuck is wrong with that ending of A New Hope. Like, you have this medal ceremony, and like I always loved my idea of Wedge and Farlander are just crying in the background. And they're like, oh man, even more, because Wedge was here on Yavin, meaning he has now watched Blue Squadron, all of his squadron of Red Squadron, all but one of frickin' Gold Squadron, and the entirety of Rogue One's team all die. Like that
Hindsight,
point,
my friend.
And the Ghost crew has probably died by this point as well. Like that guy has to have some serious depression right now.
Hindsight.
Like, I would love it if we just see, like, during that ceremony, like, just, like, he's just looking at, because what's really cool is we do have a scene of the ceremony, and I forget who it was. It might have been Wes, who wasn't there. It might have been Hobby. Somebody who wasn't there during the mission, who was, like, friends with Biggs. And, like, there's a really nice added thing to the Biggs arc in Empire, where during the award ceremony, he's standing outside because they have a bunch of holocrons of all the people who died, and he's just looking at Biggs's and he's saying, sorry he wasn't there because he actually was injured and Biggs had went out and found like an herb to save him earlier, And so he wasn't able to be in the battle, and so he feels responsible, and so he's like saying goodbye to Biggs, and it's a really sad scene.
What?
And like everyone has their holocrons, and there's like flowers next to them, and it makes me fucking hate the award ceremony thing.
Well-
And it lends further credence to why I love Wedge in the EU, because just
Well, they
I
didn't
love
know
the
that
fact
they were gonna make more
I
Star
love the
Wars
fact that he
movies.
honorarily makes the people who died during that battle official Rogue members posthumously.
Well, they didn't know they
That's
were going to
always
make
really
more
sweet.
movies in the next film.
I know, which is why I like the fact that we have that added thing in Endor, where he calls them Red Squadron, just as a little reference to be like the last Death, because his whole thing is the last Death Star killed all my friends. This time we're the Red Squadron. We are gonna fuck that thing up.
I actually heard of a cool thing they did for
It's the Red's
a
revenge.
New Hope novelization, not the actual novelization, like a one they came out a long time ago, recently, where they actually had a brief moment where Obi-Wan recognizes R2-D2. That's something you never think about. Obi-Wan should recognize R2-D2. In fact, know it. I always hear this. Yoda should recognize R2-D2. They went on an adventure.
Well, Yoda would not have recognized him until that stupid Clone Wars arc had them team up.
Exactly.
Had that not happened, it would have made perfect sense. And to be fair, what's funny is R2 remembers Obi-Wan.
I don't know. Maybe either R2 is like the greatest improv person ever, or he's just really annoyed.
Because R2 has to, because his memories weren't wiped. It was 3POs who were.
Exactly.
Because they outright say, wipe the protocol droid. And he looks at R2 and he's like, holy crap. Because R2, I think, has his memory still.
Yep,
So,
he does. That's confirmed.
yeah, I'm just waiting for, like... I'm just waiting for, like, frickin' Kylo to be like, I'm gonna be strong like grandfather. Then R2 just like projects Anakin like, I wasn't strong enough. He can tell Obi-Wan's fault. He's like, screw you, R2. And then like
he kicks him in the.
Like Rey's like, I'll use this lightsaber, like live up to the legacy of this lightsaber, and then just shows flashbacks of Anakin killing the younglings. And she's like, well, that's like, just looks at the lightsaber, just drops it. Oh my god.
Nope.
She's like, never mind. Which, like, I mean, like, or like, I'll live up to like how strong you were, Luke. Cut to Luke. No, that's not true. That's impossible. She's like, wow, you were a bitch.
Or Kylo's like.
I would love it if Rey actually says that. Just like she just looks at Luke. You were a bitch, man.
Or Kylo's like.
Total bitch.
Or Kylo's like, with this mask, I'm gonna get all the ladies, just like Grandpa did. And then you just see Anakin and Padme like sand. It's coarse. It's everywhere. Yep. Boy, we derailed, didn't we? And now everyone's silent. Hello.
Brad, are you there? Brad.
He got shot down. He will be missed. He is
In honor of Red Leader Antilles.
of all.
So let's continue on with this analysis, shall we?
Yes, let's continue on. Now we see Saw Gerrera with his middle foot. He's looking all.
Yes, that looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, we lost him.
Is he-
Continue.
Do we have to add him back?
What?
Hold on, he's typing.
I don't know.
Technical difficulties.
Wait, no, he's recording.
That's true. Oh, well, we see Saw Gerrera, and he's looking at something. My guess is they came back to find
So
Jin.
you continue talking. I'm gonna try to get there.
Jin.
I'm trying to get back and
And you
forth.
see, this is why I think this is in present day, and bald Saw Gerrera's in the past.
Okay, there. Recording still going?
Yeah. We just talked over the ATST mowing down people.
No, well, I was saying Anderson from Sherlock is in the briefing.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. And we have then some senators. That's nice. But yeah, the ATST, oh man, it looks so much better than it did in Return of the Jedi.
Or an Empire.
Well, Return of the Jedi, because that was the later one. Empire, obviously. And we see some of the partisans getting hit.
Okay, I thought those were the partisans.
Yeah, and Stormy is being their badass selves.
Actually, Noble Clone Trooper said in his review he's nervous about the Stormtroopers because in that one scene where they just got like mowed down by the main heroes.
Yeah, and I am nervous about that as well. We'll get to that when we see that. But I'm trying to find, there's a shot. Oh, you can see Moroff walking by as the ATST fires. Did you see that?
No.
Right when that shot turns in the corner. Moroff, 126.
126. Oh yeah, I see him.
He's like right there. He looks so freaking amazing in live action.
He's cute. He's cute in a cool way.
And then we see Cassian dodging Stormtrooper blasts. We see Saw's middle foot. He looks really like tired and
See, that's why I think this
weak.
is the present day and Bald Saw is the past.
Also, Black Rebel finally took us freaking like 4 movies.
Yeah, represent.
Well, no. We had Riz Fricks, who was the first guy to die during Endor.
Oh, that.
Riz Fricks, yeah, that was the first.
It's always. Also, I love the shot of just of Donnie Yen's characters going, yeah. I don't know. I love that. Like, yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Also, I love how we have like the tropical islands and everything in this giant tower, and what looks to maybe be like an underground thing. Also, we can see that shot from the like shot of stormtroopers walking away of rebels, and then we have the shot of K2SO, Jin, who looks like her helmet's like crooked and her mask isn't fully shut.
That's hilarious.
And then I love how Cassian looks like he's just so suffocated. It's great.
Worst Imperial cosplayers ever.
Yeah,
they're going to Comic-Con.
Yeah, they should go to Comic-Con in these costumes. It'd be amazing. Because, yeah, he looks, like, so awkward. He's just like, oh, God, that's too tight.
How do people breathe in this thing?
Yeah, also, I like the shot of, like, the X-Wings and Y-Wings flying by.
It took me a while to figure out what that was for a second.
We have Edrio 2 Tubes, the guy who, somebody pointed out, these guys look a lot like the Vong in some ways. It's really cool.
He reminds me of that Moth guy who's a cyborg, but except with the head.
Of the Partisans. And then, yeah, we have Bay's impossibly good shot. Somebody slowed this down, and it's hilarious. He's so OP.
That gun is.
Yeah, like, how... There's no way he was that accurate. Also, we have the Partisan X-Wing.
Yep, I like this.
And then we have like the Y-Wings and X-Wings just bombing the fuck out of some shit. Castian in the rain. Freaking Chirrut with a blaster, which is the scariest thing ever. Who gave the blind guy a gun?
He can feel the force.
My whole theory, because we have the shot of Bodhi, where people say that this is probably him about to die, like he's about to like go to his death or something, or like blow himself up to save them. I would like it if he's like about to do that, and the moment he gets up, he accidentally gets hit by Chirrut. And then Chirrut's like, "Did I hit it?" And they're like, "Oh my God, you killed Bodhi." He's just like, "Oh."
Well, hey, Star Wars has a history of giving the blind guy a gun.
We do?
Return of the Jedi. Han was.
Oh, well, we didn't give him a gun. We just gave him a freaking staff.
No, he had a gun.
Oh, yes, he did, and he nearly shot Lando.
Just a little higher.
Poor Lando.
Just a little higher.
Like that poor Lando. Higher. What? I said higher. What the hell is wrong? Just like poor Lando. I love that scene though. That's the only great thing from the Jabba scenes. Is just like freaking Billy D. Williams is awesome in that movie.
Billy D.
And then we have Bodhi running in the middle of the fight, and I'm guessing that shot we saw in all the trailers of the thing exploding. I'm guessing that's what this is.
Oh, I hope not. But...
Oh, wait, whoa! These X-Wings right here are Red Squadron.
Oh, they are? Are you sure?
Yeah, these are my boys. These are the Reds.
Oh, but the Reds didn't show up.
In fact, this confirms, because you know what's really cool that we found out from the toys? Guess which ship is or at least from the toys, is going to be in this movie?
The Hammerhead?
Red 5. Luke's X-Wing. The exact X-Wing Luke used with the exact markings was in the toy line.
It survived, what?
Yeah, so like it seems like this is actually the Red Squadron, which means that Wedge Antilles is now survived has survived 2 engagements with the Death Star.
Well, is the Death Star there?
Or 3.
Is the Death Star on that planet though?
Yeah, so he's survived 3 Imperial space stations.
Well, how do you know the Death Star is there? That's not the Death Star.
Well, this is still an Imperial space station. He survived 3 Imperial space stations. Also, we know the Death Star's here, or well, we know the Death Star was here still. I mean, this thing was meant to defend the Death Star. It's got to be pretty tough.
That's true.
I mean, it's the thing you have defending the freaking.
wait,
I mean, you know how many tax dollars went into that thing?
boy, I hate to see the tax rate of the Empire.
Ugh.
What
But
is
yeah,
that
so
thing
these,
next
just
to
look
the
closely,
hammer?
they are red. They have the Red Squadron markings.
What's
Meaning
this?
that what I'm guessing happened is, this confirms my theory almost completely. Because we only see Blue Squadron on Yadu firing on the ground and escorting Y-Wings, and U-Wings. And we see a few of them who survived on Scarif still firing at the ground.
My question
Which
is,
completely confirms my theory that Blue Squadron is not trained for space combat, which is why Red Squadron is in the skies. Which also means that once again, Red Squadron has to be the only X-wing squadron defending the entire goddamn fleet. It's like, damn it! What the hell is with Red Squadron's like horrible record of having to be left in these impossible missions?
Speaking of which, what planet do you think comes first, Scarif or Iriadu?
Scarif has to be the end.
Yeah, but
That's where the plans are.
I always heard that Iriadu is where Vader's gonna do his thing.
Might be. But yeah, I love this shot because it's just it looks like a freaking what might be a skyhook. And yeah, these are oh man, just seeing X-wings again. But yeah, this guy inside is Blue Squadron. And I think he might be in an X-wing. He might be in a U-wing also. I like his helmet, by the way. This is the guy we saw in the trailers, by the way, with the mustache.
Wait a minute, let me.
I think.
No, he's got no mustache.
Oh no, sorry, different guy. So he's not clean shaven, but I really like that helmet.
It's a good-looking helmet.
And right here is
Hammerhead. Hammerhead?
Hold on. Right at the beginning of the shot, there's a Red Squadron ship in the background. What is the other X-wing that flew by?
I don't know. It's in it.
The X-wing that's closer to the camera. Oh, that's blue. That's blue. So, yeah, like 158. That is a Blue Squadron pilot with a Red Squadron pilot, which makes me think that potentially, once again, the job of Red Squad. Oh, you know what this might be? Is Red Squadron doing what they did in Empire?
And that they will create Purple Squadron.
But you know what I mean by like what Rogue Group did during Empire, where they're like kind of trying to take down the enemy turrets and stuff like that, and the AT-ATs to let the
transports are away.
Exactly, and I'm guessing that's what this is. Is they're trying? I'm guessing the reason, because we see Blue Squadron on the ground with some U-wings, on Scarif. I'm guessing what they did is Red Squadron is defending them from this like planetary defense thing,
right?
And is fighting off the TIE fighters, because again, I love this. So Red Squadron's probably once again left with oh yeah, defend a bunch of like. Defend your fellow pilots from a goddamn space station and on the most like highly defended planet in the Empire.
Where are the Star Destroyers though? I want to see some Star Destroyers.
It's like, and this kids is why the freaking Red Squadron drinks. Like, how many bad missions do they get sent on? But yeah, I love seeing just two. Yeah, that's definitely Blue Squadron next to him. So.
And they will make Purple Squadron when they unite together to defeat the forces of evil.
By the way, there's a green blast going by, in one shot.
That could be a turret.
There's Star Destroyers. Well, yeah. Well, the turret got destroyed, and it seems higher, so I'm guessing it is a Star Destroyer.
Yeah, I can't see the ship. The shot goes so fast.
Yay! There's a freaking hammerhead.
What's that thing next? What's that thing next to the hammerhead to your right?
That is.
A weirdly shaped.
Damn it, Red Squadron! Stop.
Get out of the shot.
He's covering it.
Get out of the shot, Red Squadron.
I think it might be one of the. It looks almost like the freaking bottom of the Enterprise D.
Star Trek shows up now.
Really weird. Oh yeah, the fucking Enterprise just comes out of nowhere. And it's just like at the end, they're like, we have one person we can rely on, and Jules gonna be like, it's the Ghost, and then
Captain Kirk shows up and just goes, Enterprise.
No, it's the Enterprise D or E, so it's Picard. Oh, that's the Enterprise E, so it's Picard. It's just like.
It's Captain Picard
of the USS like they're Enterprise. Like, okay, should we beam the plans? And he's just like, make it so.
I'd rather have the Cisco show up, though, if you ask me. Bring in them.
Yeah, but he'd be in the Defiant.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have the Defiant on my side.
I don't know. I'm pretty fond of the Constitution class just because how they look.
It's the
Because I
Cisco.
mean,
But it's the
come on,
Cisco.
let's face it. Worf is totally a great security guy.
Exactly.
That's why an unnamed gunman did his job better in Star Trek First Contact.
Yep.
That's so embarrassing. But yeah, so we see, like, I just love this fight. Like, I cannot wait to see another space battle in Star Wars. We haven't had one since frickin'
Fifth.
ROTS.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a Hammerhead ship in the background. I don't know if that's you thought it might be Sato. I'm thinking it might be just that ship. But well, yeah, Cole, are you not reacting to the fact that the KOTOR ship?
Yes, we have Kodo ships. That's a step. That's a step in the right direction. It depends on how they use them, but how were they used in the original continuity after a certain point?
They were still operational during the Great Galactic War.
Maybe Dodonna's on that ship. I want a Dodonna on that ship.
That'd be cool. I mean, I'm wondering if it's Sato.
Sato and Hera,
or if it's just the people or if it's just one of the ones that Bale and Leia didn't give to Sato.
Probably one of the ones that Bale and Leia didn't give to Sato, but that'd be either way. But like, here's my theory: like, you know, maybe this is finally, maybe by the time Rogue One, the Rebel fleet, like you suggested, is finally together. Like, they're no longer like all separated. Like, we're together now. We are.
Yeah, like this is the big uniting the entire Rebel fleet.
Right, because because even in the meeting, you got Bale's there. You got probably other senators who are probably in charge of their own selves. Got the, but yeah, that's my thing. What was I gonna say? I
still can't make out that ship. You're right. It's weird.
I want to see. There better be Star Destroyers.
I told you there's a green blast that's way too high for where the turret is. I'm guessing that's a Star Destroyer.
That's probably maybe.
You think? Do we see the? Do you think we'll see the Death Star fire in this movie?
Yes.
Yes. It seems like it destroys Jeddah, but like it doesn't fully work. It like wrecks the planet.
And since we are on recording, Red, do you want to talk a little science of Star Wars when you were discussing with Ian last night?
Oh, I guess, yeah. So, what happened to Alderaan? Did its atmosphere explode? It seems like it didn't completely explode because there's still a gravitational pull because its asteroids don't go hurtling out into space. It becomes essentially a graveyard. Like, it's still there. It's just shattered. Though I think that could be because of the planetary shield, because I didn't know this till last night. But according to the original A New Hope novelization, and especially the original cut of A New Hope, though it's still there in all the special editions, and especially in TCW, Alderaan does have a planetary shield that, as Vader refers to it, as being as strong as anything the Empire has. And it actually, like, so when they hit the shield, when they hit the planet, there's a brief second, if you look at it, where it actually glows blue. The entire world glows blue and then explodes.
Ooh.
So it takes about 2 seconds for it to smash through the shield. And in TCW, you actually see it even bigger. Like, it goes out into space and everything, past the atmosphere. But that's the thing, because as we all know from the EU and from Return of the Jedi, planetary shields are a thing.
Oh, of course.
And so, yeah. Which is probably what happens here, is the Red Squadron... It seems like the implication, based on this fight, is that the Rebel fleet is deterring the Star Destroyers, because we know that there are several Star Destroyers attached to that Skyhook thing.
Oh, good.
Gareth Edwards confirmed that.
Oh, okay. So
that there are several Star Destroyers attached to it that can connect to it at any time. And so what I'm guessing is there's an entire fleet of Star Destroyers, and they're engaging the Rebel fleet, but the Rebel fleet has to stay away because they don't want to get too close to the planetary defenses.
Well, obviously, they're going to get...
My guess is a Red Squadron goes in the front, and this is just how I would do it tactically. I would send Red Squadron into the front because it's the freaking Red Squadron. I mean, let's face it, all you need is Wedge, and you pretty much just conquer them. Had the Death Star been here, they could have just swept it out in one hit. But like they
I'm sorry, I'm playing.
They destroy it, and then we find out that there's 3 Death Stars.
No, they think they destroy it, but in actuality, Galen Erso was pushing the self-destruct button. He secretly hidden the Death Star the whole time.
No. They destroy the Death Star in this movie, and then they find out there's another one, and that's what they steal the plans to.
Yeah, oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be the greatest. What a twist!
There's 3. And then they destroy that, and then the freaking Darksaber shows up. But yeah, so I'm guessing what happens is the Rogue Squadron or the Red Squadron sent in to deal with, take down some of the turrets so that Blue Squadron and some U-wings can reach the planet. Then the Rebel fleet, the main fleet, gets closer and engages once they destroyed some of the turrets. And then I'm guessing, because that's that whole line of Rebel starships attack from a hidden base. And so that would make sense. And again, I'm calling it. We are totally going to get a voice cameo for several of the Rogue Squadron characters. Not necessarily with the original actors, but I'm calling it. We're going to have a scene where you have the voice dubs of some of those pilots. Even though all of them were voiced by the same guy, we might be able to get some from the other movies.
You bring the old guy back.
I don't know if Dennis would come back, but as long as we get... All you need is to just insert the line, Rogue 3... No. They see the orbital platform, and he's like, look at the size of that thing. There's nothing that could be bigger than that. And then, later, of course,
No. You go, look at the size of that thing, and another guy goes, oh, you always say that. And then that guy dies. The guy who pointed that out dies. Because that's why he doesn't say it again.
Yeah. Well, the Rogue Squadron always does lose, its people, because... here's the thing. We keep seeing all these pilots in jumpsuits. We've still yet to see a female pilot in this movie.
And I thought the Rebels were all about equality.
Yeah, and what's weird is, the EU explanation is that there were 2 female pilots. In the Rogue Squadron's first mission, there was a Twi'lek, and she gets killed. And then there's another mission that they go on, and there's another one who's bald, and then she gets killed as well.
Bald? You mean from Star Trek the Motion Picture?
Kind of.
That'd be
I would also argue maybe more like Barnes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so the idea is kind of that the Rogue Squadron did have pilots and female pilots, and they just died. And then there was, of course, the female pilots from Return of the Jedi who got cut, as well as the alien pilots. Hell, there's even a shot in Return of the Jedi of a female pilot, and they dubbed over her voice with a male guy.
I thought Star Wars was about equality.
Yeah, what the hell is up with that? And, thank God we finally got Jess Pava, because she's the first freaking female pilot in the entire Star Wars universe. No. Sorry, the first female pilot is Episode 1.
Oh, that's right. That lady.
There's a female pilot there, who I think is actually one of the... Don't they say, captain? So I think she actually outranks most of them. So it's there is a female pilot in Episode 1.
I guess George Lucas was going through his anti-women phase.
Yeah, and then he reached the prequels and then gave female characters lines.
Yep.
Took him long enough. But yeah, I keep forgetting about that. That yes, we did get female pilots, and we did get a female pilot in TPM, and then we got one in 7.
Technically, yes. So we're reaching.
And there might have been another because Kare might have been in the background. We just didn't see her.
Alien lives matter.
Yes, what is with the lack of alien pilots? Which again, another thing in this film, there's still a lack of alien pilots. Well, what is up with that?
Maybe they'll be in the movie and they're just not marketing it in the trailer.
Maybe every single Rogue Squadron pilot who dies is an alien female.
Oh my, what are the implications of that?
Yeah, but
wait.
So then we see something exploding.
We might get alien pilots if Saw Gerrera's there for that final battle.
Oh yeah, or just his partisans. And it's possible that we might get some with the Mon Calamari.
Have you seen the picture of the albino calamari?
Yep, he's in the background as well in the briefing.
No, there's more albino calamari. I sent a picture from that in the chat.
Yeah, I know, from the BTS thing.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's see, and then we see Jedha.
We got the name for one of them as well.
Nice. We see Jedha getting exploded and somebody looking upon it.
Well, no, we see K2SO flying a ship.
That's right. That's first.
Then we see Krennic's shuttle firing on what looks to be Jyn and Cassian.
Mm-hmm.
We see a bunch of rebels. Then we see Jedha falling, and Bodhi, because you can see the goggles. And there's the main city getting attacked, and then you see a bunch of Jedi Temple stuff falling apart. Then we have freaking Vader marching angrily towards Krennic.
Is this his destiny, or is this just him gonna get a talking to?
He's just totally gonna like bitch slap him. Also,
Yep.
is this the room from the trailer?
I think it is. I think Vader was in that back to tank.
No. Krennic's in the middle. I'm calling it. Right behind Krennic is gonna be like the energy thing for the Death Star, or like it's gonna be where they store the kyber crystals.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a focusing lens, and I am calling it. Vader was the guy in the trailer we saw.
Probably.
The way he's walking, it looks the same. They just CG'd over his head.
That's some good CG.
Because, can you find an image for me right now for that image? Because like it looks kind of the same. But yeah, Cole, what do you think of Vader right here?
Oh, which part?
What do you think of Vader at 205?
205. Hang on.
There you go. One picture of a hooded man. It looks nice.
Where exactly are they on the Death Star?
Looks it. This isn't the same room, is it?
No, I don't think it is.
No. Huh. I mean, I'm calling it that this is probably like a focusing lens thing.
Maybe.
Or maybe they reshot it. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope the Imperial Guards are still in the movie. But yeah, Vader looks like he does have his robes over. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, those robes are over.
Nice. And then we have a shot of Galen looking all sad and covered in rain.
Right.
He just wants an umbrella.
Also, my favorite line in the trailer comes up at the end.
Oh, we have the AT-ACT with its doors blown off, and then another one with its doors still on.
That looks awesome.
And the water looks amazing, and we have a U-wing flying by.
You didn't say the line. You know we said the line. Save the rebellion.
Oh, save the dream.
Save the dream.
And we have freaking AT-ACT feet about to smash Chirrut and
that
base.
scene looks amazing. That scene's gonna be awesome. Run for it.
This is gonna be fucking amazing. Also, this trailer already has 10 million views.
I'm using the UK video because when I go to the Star Wars one, it just freezes my computer and causes problems. So cool.
Yeah, but this has 10 million views. To be fair, Force Awakens still has 95 million, but still.
Well, I don't know how much money it's gonna make, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's good.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Rogue took a couple more months. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. I'm gonna try and see this film in IMAX.
Nice. But yeah, so that is, I think, everything we have to add on this movie.
Yep. Well, there might be an international trailer. There always is.
I hope not. I mean, I'll watch anything that comes out for this film. I don't care about being spoiled, because I am still 99% certain that everyone dies.
I don't think everyone will die.
Oh, also, I couldn't find the shot, but apparently in the background of a shot there is Ponda Baba.
Oh yeah, you showed me that.
So yes, Ponda Baba is in this movie. Called it.
Yep. And with that, folks, that's our news. Till next time, I'm GID123.
I'm Leader Antilles.
I'm Nero Cole telling you, may the force be with you.
Always. And save the rebellion. Save the dream.
Save the dream!